Hey guys, it's Mr. Jimmy and I'm here in the shop today and I want to bring you a video showing you how to clean your airbrush. Now I'm going to show you my method. There's multiple different ways to do it. I just want to show you how I do it. And I'm going to show you on my Pache H, which is my favorite airbrush. It's very cheap, it's a very simple, and it's a very easy airbrush to use, but it does amazing work. So guys, follow me over to the table and I'm going to show you how to do it.
Well, here she is, guys. This is my Pache H single action airbrush that I like to use. It's a very, very cheap airbrush in my opinion. You can get them anywhere from $50 to $70 on Amazon, depending on the time of the year, what kind of sales are going on. But this is my favorite airbrush overall. I have used Grex, I have used more expensive Paches, I have used different kinds, $300 airbrushes, but these right here are my favorite. I have totally switched. I have 6 on hand at all times. I have 2 of them that are always running with the 4 backups just in case. I have yet to have one go completely kabooey on me, but man, do I love these things. But like I said, this is just cleaning airbrushes, in particular the Pache H, but this is the method that I use to clean airbrushes. It's extremely simple, and the reason I like these, it is literally a 3-part. It is just a plastic tip, which you'll see right here. This backhand does nothing except for it just holds against that palm of your hand right there. There's nothing inside of there. It is blank as can be. But I'll go ahead and put that back on. No reason to keep that off. But these things are super easy to clean, and as you can tell, guys, I had this thing gunked up like all get out. It is nasty. It is clogged everywhere. So these things are very simple. One, you take your bowl out. Now these do come with the replace where you can put, it's a little cup that has a little spout that comes out. They do have those that come with these, so it's really great for makeup also, and you can see the little gunk right down in there. Ugh. Nasty. This is going to be a fun one to clean. But take that off, and what we're going to do is I have a jar. It's actually a sample cup from like the hospital. Super thick plastic, great stuff. This is odorless mineral spirits. It likes to eat latex, so boom, we're going to drop that in there. Set that to the side. Now on mine, I like to replace the little hex nut that's in there. Takes a little Allen wrench, little helicore is what I call it, but I can't remember the exact. It's an insert piece. But I like to take those out, and I use a screw that I have. I can't remember the exact size. If I can remember it, I'll put it down in the description of the video. But I can't remember. But simple, cheap screw. You can get a pack of them for like $2 at Lowe's Hardware. And you'll have 10 extra that you don't need. But I like to replace them. Little Phillips head screw. It's a whole lot easier and quicker to get out. One little turn. Boom. Screw is done and to the side. We don't need that for right now. Now, these things are so simple. Pop out. Boom. We're going to twist that head off. Boom. 2 pieces. And now, that little headpiece, which is a little dirty, so I'm going to pop it out for a few minutes. Now, it is done. We don't need to take apart the air system. There's no clogging that whatsoever. If that comes, it's even simple. It's got, sorry about that, it's got a little Allen wrench, I mean not Allen, but a flat head to pull that out. Pull straight down from that. Boom, and I'm sorry guys about the little camera malfunctions there, but power of a cell phone. I need to get a really good filming camera eventually. So we're going to set this thing to the side. We'll wipe it off later with the mineral spirit, same thing. So now we got our pieces. Boom. That is our what you call your needle. Hey Google, stop please. Sorry y'all had to hear that. There was an alarm going off. That is gunky as can be, so what we're going to do, drop it in. Drop it in. Ooh-wee. Drop that in. Don't need to. We'll drop the screw in case there's any kind of latex paint stuck on that. So we're going to put that top on. And we're going to close it tight, and we're going to give that a good old shake. We're going to let that sit for 30 minutes or so just to let that get in there really good. And then we will be back, which will be like 3 seconds for y'all. Be back, and we're going to take it all out, and we're going to clean it all up. See, we have let it sit in there for about 30 minutes. I think we actually let it sit about 45. But as you can see, the stuff has been eating away at that stuff. Now it's nice and soft, and it will rub off. So we'll get all 3 pieces. I have the screw set to the side because we didn't need to do any cleaning on it. So we're going to start off. We're going to take our tweezers, and we're going to pick all this stuff out, and we're going to try to scrape as much as we can on all 3 pieces. And then after that, I'm going to show you what I do to get the really gooky stuff out, and then we'll show you that step. Then we'll go over to pretty much putting it back together once we get it all clean, and we'll have a new airbrush. So we're going to get in there with these tweezers and set it aside. Look at that nastiness. That's what happens when you let it sit. Ugh. I was in a rush for the show. Got all things made, packed up, and left these things nasty. Take a little pinky in there. Yuck. All that gunk. But right here, we'll get what we can scraped out. Now we're going to do something really cool that'll clean this thing out like it ain't nothing here in just a little bit. I just like to get the big pieces out first. That one's clear. There we go. And get what we can quickly. Getting that stuff on out. Alright, it's 2 down. Now I know it's still dirty. That is not an issue at all. We're just getting the big gunks out, or big chunks out. Chunks of gunk. Alright. Boom. Alright, we got that main stuff out. So, what we're going to do from here is I'm going to switch over. We're going to get our bucket of fluids, is what I call it, our pee bucket for the airbrush. And we're going to clean it out with carburetor cleaner, which is an amazing thing to use. So give me just a second, let me switch everything up, and we'll be right back. Alrighty guys, we have our carb cleaner. Amazing stuff to use. I actually learned this from Alan Hops, which made a whole lot of sense. Which I should have thought of being a mechanic, but it's a great product. It is made to get gunk out, and latex paint makes gunk. So we are going to use this to clean out, and I'm going to show you how we do it. Don't mind the nastiness of our bucket. This is what we call our airbrush piss bucket, because it's all the nasty crap that comes out of the airbrush. And simply what we're going to do is I just use this. This is diluted with water. So that way the chemicals are not full, they get diluted. We dispose of our chemicals the proper way. This is just what we use while we're working for the day, and then we dispose it the proper way later. So simply what I'm going to do is show you all this so it brings up. We're going to take that is our outspout. We're going to turn that down, and then we're going to take our nozzle, and we're going to, as you can see, let's see if you can. Got to blow all of that out. Boom. So the main part of our gunk, there we go, the main part of our gunk is gone. Any kind of clogs that are in there is gone. Do the same thing with the tip. Slip it in the hole, nozzle down, clamp our fingers together so that way we're not having a lot of back spray. Alright. All of that right there. Just needs a nice wipe down and we'll be done. And then here comes the hard part right here. Is this thing. Because what happens is it likes to get clogged majorly down those holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick it on that little spout. And as you can tell, it has a lot of back spray. So we're going to try to shove this tube down in there just a little bit more to kind of come past the little chunker gunk. Alright, here, so now we got that shoved in there pretty deep. And it has a major clog up in there. So, that is the main thing. So we got to get that, and you can see a little clog way down in there. So the next step is to get that out, clean it up, and put it back together. So carburetor cleaner, get your gunks out, and then we're going to go to the next step of cleaning out with our little brushes, and we'll be all good to put it back together. So let me reset and be right back. Alrighty guys, we're back, got our towel back down, we got our 3 pieces, and we're going to use pretty much the last step of it all besides just wiping it down, is these little brushes. Order them offline, the airbrush cleaners, you can get them at Harbor Freight for like $1.99, $2.99, something like that. Awesome, makes things 10 times easier than trying to use a crappy pipe cleaner. Get you a set of these, they're awesome. First things first, we're going to take this, and we're just going to scrub out here on this outer edge. And you don't have to do this, you could probably wipe most of it off. To me, I like to make sure it's all nice and clean. Well, as clean as you're going to get it for pretty much a year, 2 years of use. But so you take your bigger end in there, you shove it in there and start twisting, and you get that little bit of gunk that's up in there, and just wipe that off what you can. And that's going to get your bigger part of this tube right there. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. Then we're going to go to this thinner part for this tube right here. Straighten that out. Sometimes it gets bent from other pieces. We're going to shove it on in there. And you can see it's actually right there. And we're just gonna turn that and pull any little clusters of garbage out of there. Then we're gonna take it sideways and clean that little spout. And then all done. Boom, she is clean and ready to go. I will spray it with water real quick. And then that piece is ready. Then we're going to go over to the nozzle, which you can see it's a little bit dirty in there. No biggie. We'll stick it on in there and spin it around. And as you can see, it's pushed a little bit of the gunk out of the tip that was in there. Cleans up nicely. We're going to do a little right there. Boom, boom, boom. And then now that is all cleaned up. Make sure there's no slip and slide there. Slip and slide right on. Wipe her down. Wipe her here. Take the little fingernail, getting that little rivet. Pieces are clean and ready to go. So now we're on to the hard part, which is this guy right here. So, what we're going to try to do is go to our medium piece right here, and I always give it a little bit of bend to kind of get that started to go down that hole. Because somewhere in there, oh, there it is, and you can look right in there and see it. It came right out. take our tweezers, pull that chunk out, pull the second part of that chunk out. If you look in there, you can see that, let's see if I can get a good shot. You can see the tip down in there of this little guy. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of spinning, pull out. Try it again, make sure nothing else comes out. Kind of in and out motion. And what we can see there, a little bit more came out. I gotta get a better camera. I got a great camera for pictures, but it doesn't do video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tweezer wheel, take them in there and try to knock those edges. And I have a second tool that'll help us out greatly, which is one of these. If you go online and you buy a cleaning kit, you'll get one of these too, but I like to curve my tips on them so I can get down in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it like this, and I'm going to shove down in this little pipe. I'm going to and turn it and then pull. See? And there was a big chunk in there that we didn't get out. See? Boom. Right there. That was sitting right there at that edge. So with that motion of taking down in there and just kind of hooking it, and it pulled it right on out. So now I'm going to show you right over this, and we'll dump it. Perfect. That is fully clear. I'm going to empty that into the bucket in the background back here. And then now we can take our pinky, get all that wiped out. Pinky's the smallest finger. Small, so I got 5 fingers. And we're all clean. And I'll do just a little extra because I just did see that little nudge in the bottom. Twist this up, poke it all the way down in there, shove, and then I'll wipe that bottom. There we go. And now she is clean. You can tell the age on her. She's been worn out. But it is awesome. So now, next step is we're going to put it all back together, make sure it sprays, and ready to go. Yeah. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, we got everything clean and ready to go back together. I did forget to show cleaning this in the earlier videos. I found it sitting in the mineral spirits in the corner. Just somehow didn't see it. But I got it clean. Pretty much all I did was just spray it down, wipe it down, and always put a little needle through the center hole and make sure there's no gunk in there, and voila, he's done. So I cleaned this guy up. He's good to go. So we're gonna put this in. Bum bum bum. Make sure he's centered straight down. You can over tighten him just a little bit and it'll be off centered. So he's a little looser than what you would think. I'm gonna put that needle through, cap on top before you slide it all the way through. Tighten her down till she stops. Boom. And put that on in there and tighten it. And voila, she is done, ready for air and ready to paint. So that's it, guys. That's how I clean my airbrush. It's simple. All I use is just a cup of mineral spirits to let it sit in there and soak and eat the latex paint away. I use a little bit of carburetor cleaner right here to spray the gunk that's stuck. Pair of pipe brushes. Like I said, you can get these at Harbor Freight for $2.99, or you can get them offline. And this is another piece. It's a little pick that comes with this stuff when you buy it online. I just like to bend mine to get inside that cup. And a pair of tweezers. You can have any kind. You don't really need this. You can use a toothpick or whatever else. I just tend to like these. So that is cleaning your airbrush, and particularly the Porsche H. Thanks, guys. Please like, subscribe, and follow for more stuff. I know I don't have the greatest videos, but at least they're, hopefully, they're helpful. As always, guys, stay creepy.